Hey, Canterbury Park followers, we are here with Gary Shear, or you know him as Big G, and we're wondering, after Canterbury closes, where do you go with your horses and what happens? Do some of them go to the farm, or do some of them accompany you to your next spot?
Correct. A little bit of both. Half the Minnesota bred, well, not half. Half my horses are Minnesota breds. They'll get R&R, and the rest of us come to home. My home, New Orleans, Louisiana, fairgrounds. So
We want to know where One in Vermilion is going and where you will be wintering this winter.
Well, next race for him is going to be in Pennsylvania Parks, and after that, I take him to New Mexico, to Albuquerque, and maybe Zia after that, and Hobbs, yeah, and go from there. Then we'll see.
In the immediate future will be Keeneland first, and then once the meet's over there, we'll head down to Oaklawn Park.
Okay. And then do your Minnesota breds, do they get some time off, or do you kind of pick and choose who goes with you? How does that work?
The 2-year-old, we're going to give some time off. We'll bring him back after a few weeks. He'll go home, and then the filly lover girl will go with me. She'll try to run at Keeneland and see how she fits out there.
We are back here at the Robert Klein barn, and we want to know where Robert goes for the winter. Where do you call home?
We're going to go back down south to Arkansas. We live about an hour from Oaklawn, and after the meet, we're always ready to get home. We keep horses there at the training center, and a bunch of the horses that we run hard throughout Oaklawn and here, they'll go home and, like you say, get a little R&R, and we kind of back off them. And the babies that I'm running late with that I didn't bring up here, they got to double down.
And we want to know, where will you be this winter? Where do you usually go for the winter?
This winter, we are actually going to Gulfstream for about a month, and then we'll winter the rest of the winter in Tampa.
Okay. And so do you take everybody with you that's here, like all the horses, or do you end up leaving some at the farm, or what does that look like?
They'll all go to Tampa, but most of the Minnesota breds will get turned out in Ocala and stuff like that.
We are here at the Lexan Bachhaus barn, and we wanted to talk to you about where you are going for the winter.
Oh, I usually go down to Arkansas the last couple of years, and I help Robert Klein break babies and
Okay.
just spend the winter there.
Okay.
Some of them get turned out. We do take a couple with us, but most of them get turned out. They need the off time. They enjoy the off time, so.
Well, our plans are to go down and run at Remington for a couple of months.
Okay.
And then from there, we're going to go down into Louisiana, which I have never run in Louisiana.
Okay.
But we're going to then spend the winter down in Louisiana, probably at Louisiana Downs, and then ship around and run the various racetracks.
Okay.
Right now, most of them will stay in training for at least a while. The grass horses in a bit might get turned out.
Okay.
And through the winter time, we try to give everybody some time off. We just pick their time and say, all right, it's time for you to get a couple months off. So we rest a lot of horses, but a lot of them will stay in the barn or at a farm close by. But yeah, we pick spots to rest them.
We are at the Lynn Rarick's barn, and we want to know, where do you call home for the winter?
We're headed down to Tampa Bay Downs for the winter.
Okay.
We've been going down there for the past probably 6-8 years. This year we're taking everybody down with us. Some of them will get a few months off right away. Some will keep running and then get a little time off before we come back to Canterbury Park for next year.
Okay. So we just want to say congratulations on a fantastic meet, and we can't wait to see you back at Canterbury Park next year, and safe travels.
Thank you.